but I talked a lot about the parable of Rekieta. Now, I can only talk so much about this because it's a long video, but this is why I bring this up. Is Nick Rekieta at one point was the biggest YouTuber. He had a huge law tube channel where he would dissect famous court cases like the Johnny Depp and Amber Heard court case, the Kyle Rittenhouse court case, and the fame and the fortune got to his head. And he started wife swapping with my friend, Aaron Immolte, I like to call him because I think it has a little more flair and pizzazz. And they were wife swapping. And that's why I brought it up. You brought up the swapping. So this is a true story. This is the one I'm trying to tell you about.
You may know him from his online legal commentary, but YouTuber and attorney Nick Rekieta is in some legal trouble of his own. We break down his arrest, the search warrant, and the charges he's now facing, which could potentially result in prison time. Welcome to Sidebar, presented by Law and Crime.
So this is Nick Rekieta, and he started to have this wife swapping affair.
Hey, this is a Law and Crime legal alert. Google Incognito tracked users browsing data
we
without their 46,000 subscribers. Why do I say that? Online personality, Minnesota lawyer, legal commentator, runs the YouTube page Rekieta Law that currently has 446,000 subscribers. Really came to fame for his legal analysis of trials like Johnny Depp and Amber Heard and Kyle Rittenhouse. And clearly he has developed quite the following. But now Mr. Rekieta finds himself in the spotlight for not a great reason. No, he and his wife, Kayla, were arrested and charged with felony second-degree drug possession, as well as 2 misdemeanors of child endangerment and firearms possession. And in a search warrant application that was filed in connection with this case, we learned a lot more details. And that is what we're going to go through now, this search warrant. So this warrant was authored by Minnesota peace officer, Detective Quinn Pomplin. And he writes that essentially there is probable cause to believe that controlled substances like meth and cocaine and other drug paraphernalia are located at Rekieta's house, and he wants to conduct a search of that property between 7 a.m. and 8 p.m. And from there, the rest of the document lays out the timeline of events.
Watch this.
Pomplin writes that on May 16, 2024, Kandiyohi County Sheriff's Office Sergeant Dave Nestor received a report regarding possible child neglect and controlled substance use at Rekieta's home. Rekieta had been living there with his wife and 5 children, ages 6 to 16. And apparently, by the way, this report originated from people who attended Rekieta's church. We're going to get into that in a second.
Allegedly was high at church.
The Rekieta's had a, quote, questionable relationship with another couple. And this is where Pomplin describes Aaron and April Imholte. And according to Pomplin, the Rekieta's had befriended the Imholtes, who apparently are personalities from an online show called the Steel Toe Morning Show.
Great show, popular show.
It's possible that this couple had fallen out with the Rekieta's. Apparently, the Imholtes were staying with Rekieta's in their home, a home that was reportedly cluttered and in disarray.
Yeah, we don't have to go through all that, but my point is what happens is they started swapping. And then one of the guys that was swapping his wife started to like Nick. And so this guy went and he started saying about how Nick and them were doing blow and they were doing ecstasy. And then this guy that would kind of expose the whole thing, he sent a nude picture, allegedly, of Nick Rekieta's wife to another YouTube streamer on a live stream. And the guy pulled it up. He's like, what is this? And there's a woman's breast. And so now he's charged with a revenge porn case. So the reason why I bring up the parables of Steel Toe or the parables of Rekieta is that you were wife swapping. You're blasting these guys' wives, Burt. One of these guys, they might not like the way you blast a guy's wife and come after you. Have you ever had any situations of swapping or anything like that where it leads to basically self-destruction like this, Burt?
Nothing like that to the extreme extent like that case. The cuckold bull hot wife thing that I do, it's all consensual. That each
it was consensual what they were doing.
What?
It was consensual what Nick and Aaron were doing, and then all of a sudden they have bad blood and it's like a breakup.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah. I mean,
and one of the allegations is that Steel Toe Morning Show supposedly tasted some of Nick Rekieta's, sauce, for lack of a better word, because we're on YouTube. And I don't know if that's true or not, but does that happen in a wife swapping, cuckolding situation? Do the guys usually like to taste the other guys? You know what?
Okay. To try, I'll try to frame it using the most appropriate way I can. There are most of the time, the husband likes it when I finish inside his wife, and then he would like to lick the the deposits I made into his wife.
That's disgusting. And you would do that?
If this is something that they wanted and they explicitly expressed interest in this, then I agreed to it. Right. I try not to judge or shame people based on their kinks or fetishes.
You should judge a little bit. You should judge. I mean, I'm not saying that we all need to be, egotistical assholes, but maybe use a little judgment. Like, hey, maybe I don't want this white guy going down on his wife after I just blasted her. I mean, you know what? Honestly, even though I don't agree with it, it's a free country. You can do what you want, but Burt, that's crazy, dude. That's insane. You're doing that.
I mean, it's like something they want me to do, and I don't mind it. I kind of enjoy it to an extent.
I think you enjoy it too, a little too much. Now, how has your love life been now that you're a superstar? I see